Hi friends, my name is Krishna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is on follow-ups and escalation metrics. Before I talk about follow-ups and escalation metrics, I would like to emphasize on 2 points. One is on reconciliation template and other one is on open item tracker. Why these two are very important? Reconciliation template. This reconciliation template is applicable only for those companies where there is no reconciliation tool in place. Be very clear. When there is no reconciliation tool, what happens? People are bound to prepare the reconciliations in Excel file, right? But there are companies where I have seen they have the reconciliation template different for each account. That means one GL account they have one type of template. Other GL account they have a different reconciliation template. Each GL account has different templates. There are companies they do maintain like this. That's not correct. That's not the best in class, I can say. So what is expected from these companies is, or at least what is expected from you is, you should make sure that you have a standard reconciliation template implemented across all the accounts. Suppose if I have 100 accounts to be reconciled on monthly basis, all 100 accounts should have a similar type of reconciliation template. Right? So that is very important. If that is not done, it is your responsibility to define the standard reconciliation template. Krishna, I'm a fresher. I just joined a few months back. I don't know how the standard reconciliation template to be. There is no hard and fast rule that reconciliation template to be like this. Every company has to follow like this. No, what you need to do is you can define your own reconciliation template which covers all points whatever we discussed previously, like open item, record item, unreconciled item, definition of reconciliation, high risk, medium risk, low risk, backup papers, whatever content we discussed previously, that should cover in our template somewhere or other. Number one. Number two, in case if you think that still you are not comfortable in terms of defining your own reconciliation template, you can see the existing templates and pick up one among those existing templates as you feel that one among those templates is going to be a standard, or I can make it as a standard. You pick up that particular template, redefine it, you modify it, add some more columns, add some more rows as necessary. In case still if you are not comfortable, take that template, do modifications as per your knowledge, go to your supervisor, go to your team leader, show him. See, I picked up this template from existing templates, and I did some modifications to this. I added few columns, I added few rows. Can you please go through that and let me know what else I can do, what best I can do? You can talk to them. After they suggest, you modify as per their suggestion. So if you are working in BPO industry, probably you need to take buy-in from your customer as well. You and your team leader or your manager is not the final authority. You need to go to customer and take their buy-in as well, right? So once you get proper inputs and update, then go to the customer. Show him, this is what the standard reconciliation we prepared. Can you please go through this and let us know if you need any further modifications or additions or deletions to the existing template, we will make accordingly, and we will implement this standard reconciliation template across all the accounts, across all the entities within your organization. Take their buy-in as well. So what is the ultimate thing you need to do? You need to define the standard reconciliation template. Take buy-in from your team leads and your managers. If required, you need to take buy-in from your customer as well. Finalize the template, implement it. That's very important, because if there is no tool in place, you have to have the standard reconciliation template in place. Clear? Next important point, open item tracker. Once you finalize the reconciliation template, I don't require to tell you how to do the reconciliation, because we have already discussed about how to perform the reconciliations in my previous videos, and you would have also got training in your existing company. Your existing resources or your team leads or your managers would have already trained you how to perform the reconciliation. You go ahead and perform the reconciliation accordingly. But after performing the reconciliation, after reconciliation cycle, completion of the reconciliation cycle, you need to prepare the open item tracker. What do you mean by open item tracker? When you prepare the reconciliation, you definitely find some open items in each account. You need to gather all those open items, put it in a separate Excel sheet apart from the individual reconciliations. Each individual reconciliation, you need to go pick up the open items from each individual accounts, put it in one Excel sheet. That Excel sheet is called open item tracker. In that open item tracker, what you are supposed to do? At least 4 important columns you need to add. They are very important in my opinion. Again, there is no hard and fast rule. In my opinion, those 4 or 5 columns are very important. I'll tell you what are those columns. Follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, and escalation. These 4 are must. And 5th one is, who posted this journal entry? Username also need to be updated next to that. You know why all this information is required. This open item tracker, why we need to maintain? Because to discuss with the counterparts, to discuss with your management, and get that corresponding entries as early as possible to clear them from the system. That is the intention behind it, right? So when you prepare the open item tracker, you need to update when did you do the first follow-up with your counterpart for getting the corresponding entry. When did you do the second follow-up? When did you do the third follow-up? After doing 3 follow-ups, if you did not get any response from the customer, or if you did not get any response from the counterpart, you need to escalate. Right? So these columns are a must. Why username column is required? Whom do you want to follow up? The person who posted the journal entry has to be followed up. For example, if that journal entry was posted by me, my name should be there. Oh, Krishna posted the journal entry. So you need to contact the Krishna. Krishna, why did you post this journal entry? Okay, you posted, right? When are you going to get me the corresponding entry? If Krishna is the one who is supposed to get you the corresponding entry, he has to respond to your follow-up email. If Krishna is not the one, if Krishna has to get the corresponding entry from some other source, it is responsibility of the Krishna to go and get the corresponding entry from other people. So, as a reconciler, your responsibility is to contact the one who posted the journal entry. For that, what you need? You need username. So username also need to be updated. These 4-5 columns are very important in your open item tracker. Once you update this open item tracker, what you are supposed to do? You need to set up calls with these people during non-month end close. Non-month end close is after completing your reconciliation cycle. Generally, people, what do they say? R2R people, they will have work only during month end close. Non-month end close, they will not have any work. They will hardly have few journal entries to be posted for cash and bank transactions. They will not have much work. Please come out of that. R2R people will have much work, but we don't do that. That's the problem. You know what is that R2R people supposed to do? They are supposed to do the follow-ups and get the corresponding entries for all these things. They need to maintain the tracker. They need to maintain the follow-up details. They need to escalate on timely basis. There are many things to be done. As an accountant, as a reconciler, don't ever think that just by preparing the reconciliation your job is over. No. Once you prepare the reconciliation, it is your responsibility to do the follow-up, get the corresponding entry, clear them from the system. That ends your responsibility. It's an end-to-end responsibility. Just because you just reconciled, don't say that my job is over. You should never. It is your baby. You are the owner of that account. You need to make the responsibility. You need to take the responsibility to make sure that all the open items are cleared on timely basis. So what you are supposed to do? You need to set up the calls during non-month end close. Talk to those counterparts. Talk to their management. Talk to their your team leads or supervisors. Get the corresponding entries. So for that purpose, you need to maintain open item tracker. This is the second point. The third point is, anyway, I told you about follow-up, mails. You need to do the follow-up, for each transaction, each open item, update the status in the open item tracker. First follow-up I have done on so-and-so date. If required, you can add another comment column. When I did the follow-up, what was the response I received? If I did not receive the response, update saying that I didn't receive the response. Then second follow-up, when did you do? What is the response you received? If response is not received, say no response received. If response received, what response you received, update that in comments column. That gives super duper clarity in terms of going through your reconciliations. No one in this world can question you the minute you start maintaining these kind of records in your books of accounts or in your reconciliation. No one can question you. You will have appropriate documentation with you. So this follow-up mechanism is very important in terms of clearing your open items. Next one is escalation metrics. As I said previously, as an accountant, your responsibility is to do the follow-ups. Let us say your reconciliation policy says, I have to do the follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3. At what intervals? Is it 24 hours time or 48 hours time or 72 hours time? How frequently you need to do these follow-ups? That has to be defined in your reconciliation policy. You need to strictly follow. Yes, I have done the follow-up within my timelines. Follow-up 1. I have done the second follow-up within timelines. Even after doing 3 follow-ups, if you did not get any response, then you need to define whom should I escalate this. Is it to the controller? Is it to the CFO? Is it to the immediate manager of your counterpart? Those details have to be defined in your reconciliation policy. And you also need to follow the same escalation metrics defined in our policy. So the escalation metrics means you need to define the timelines between each follow-up, and with whom you need to follow up is also to be defined. With whom you need to escalate also need to be defined in our reconciliation policy. That escalation matrix is very important in terms of clearing your open items. Next, last one. Ensure no orphan accounts at the end of reconciliation cycle. What do you mean by orphan accounts? Let us say I have 100 accounts in my trial balance. Last January, I identified I am supposed to reconcile 100 accounts. I have 10 team members in my team. I allocated each 10 accounts, 100 accounts have been allocated. So they are performing on monthly basis. They know they are supposed to perform 10 accounts. Every month they are performing 10 accounts. What is the guarantee that February month you have only 100 accounts in trial balance? What is the guarantee that in March month you have only 100 accounts? What is the guarantee that in April you have same 100 accounts? There could be some GL accounts keep adding and keep removing from the system, right? Master data. Master data can be added, master data can be, some GL accounts can be added in master data, some GL accounts can be deleted as well, right? So, what is your responsibility? You need to, every month, you need to download the trial balance and see whether the same 100 accounts are there any additions and deletions. If there are any additions or deletions, you need to communicate your team members accordingly and make them understand and perform the reconciliations accordingly. Let us say there are 105 accounts in the month of February, but you have allocated 100 accounts in January, but you did not go through in the month of February. But in February, if I go through the trial balance, I have 105 accounts. How many accounts your team would have performed in the month of February? They would have performed only 100. Then who will perform 5, remaining 5 in February? Those 5 are additions. Who will perform this 5? If you wouldn't have gone through the trial balance, you would have missed performing those 5 account reconciliations. Your auditor would have caught hold of you. Those 5 accounts are orphan accounts. Why I am saying orphan accounts? They are not allocated to any of your team members. Reconciliation was not performed. So those 5 accounts are orphan accounts. So what is your responsibility? Your responsibility is to make sure that all my accounts to be reconciled in trial balance have been allocated and reconciliation has been performed, to make sure that no accounts are left without performing reconciliation. That is also very, very important. Clear? With this note, I have completed my reconciliation series. I'm going to shoot some more videos in terms of open item managed accounts and non-open item managed accounts. That is going to come maybe next week. After that, I'm going to talk about main bank account and clearing account reconciliations as well. There are many more videos are coming from R2R front. After that, I will move on to P2P and O2C towers as well. Hope you are clear, and I'm able to communicate whatever limited knowledge I have. If you like my content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share these videos with your friends and colleagues. Thank you so much.